This is Dan of Vagabond Awake.
𝐕𝐿 from Hobo Venture.
And today we wanted to tell you how we find the Philippines to be one of the easiest places in the world to get and extend your visa without a lot of headaches or putting money in the bank and that kind of thing.
Yes.
So we got to the Philippines in February.
Yes.
And both Malaysians and Americans, they just stamped us with 28 days, no fees, just to give you 28 days upon arrival. And that costs $0. And then you can go after your 20, or we went the first week, didn't we?
Yeah, we went the first week.
First week after getting here, we went and got a 30-day extension. And it was just filling out a form and paying money. We paid we paid about $60 per person, but we found out later we didn't have to pay the express if we didn't want to. So we could have done it for $40 per person for that first 1 month extension. And then after the first month extension plus the free month, then you have to get a card. It's some kind of tourist registration card, which costs 2,566 pesos, or about $50.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can extend. You can do it at the same time. So you're banging this card, you bring photos in, and so it's relatively straightforward. You pay the $50 and you're going to get this card. And then you can extend anywhere from an additional month, or 2 additional months, or 6 additional months. The first time we extended for 2 months, right?
Because we didn't think that we would be stay here for so long.
Yeah, we didn't know.
We thought that after just 2 months we go around the Philippines and we will go to the next place, maybe Mexico or Europe.
Yeah, but then coronavirus happened and here we are. So we just bought 2 months because we thought we could get more time in maybe Cebu or Manila if we decided to stay longer. And what did we pay?
It's the
3,800, which is $76 for 2 more months, whatever that is, $38 per month to get 2 more months, plus the card, $50 comes to whatever that is, and that got us 2 more months. And then last week, yeah, because we're on Monday now, we decided to go in again, and I brought a little bit of extra money because we weren't quite sure how much time we'd want to buy. But while we were in line, we noticed that, and I'll tell you about, they have a weird process right now for you to get an extension, which I'll tell you about in a minute, but we didn't like it. We were in line and we didn't like being around people because of the social distancing thing. And so we thought, well, we don't want to do this every month or every other month, so let's get as long a visa as possible. And so they let us get 6 months. And we didn't really know what it would cost when we went up there. And so we sat down, we had our same form filled out, and it ended up costing us 5,840 pesos per person, which is $116, which is less than $20 a month for the next 6 months.
Yes.
But we didn't know, at the time she was automatically charging us an the express fee.
Yeah, because we just want to get out from the office very quick.
Yeah.
Oh, pay the money. There's enough to pay. Then we just go to the next.
So we brought enough, and she threw down the number. We had enough. We just paid, and we forgot to ask, hey, does this include express or no express? And we should have known when she said, you can pick it up tomorrow after 3, but by then we'd already paid and everything, and we were like, oh, we're out of here. But we should have asked when she quoted us the 5,800, well, when she quoted us the higher number. And does that include express? Because then we could have said, no, we don't need express, we'll come back in a week. So you need to ask that question when they tell you what the bill is. I think it ended up being almost 17,000 pesos for 6 months for both of us, but we could have saved
like $100.
$100, yeah, if we didn't pay the express, and that's for 100 each.
No, $50 for one person.
Yeah, 50 each. So long story, 2,500 more we paid per person, which is 5,000 pesos, which is not the end of the world, but it's $100 we paid. We didn't really care. We didn't expect to come back the next day. We wanted to come back in a week. So keep that in mind. And now, the reason it's a very easy visa is you're paying whatever that is, $20 to $30 a month, and you're not having to do a visa run to another country. You're not having to put money in a large deposit in a bank. You don't have to be any certain age or any of that kind of thing. And of course, we're talking about Malaysians and Americans. You'll have to check with the Philippine embassy in your country to find out what your terms are. But a lot of countries follow this rule, apparently. So it's very easy. And the good part is you can do this for 36 months, meaning that you go in whenever your visa is expiring, and you can get 1 month, 2 more months, or 6 months when once you get through the first stages of the 28, the 60, and then you get the card. Even on the first card, you could go 6 months if you want.
Yes.
And so if you go 6 months and no express, you're going to be paying about $230, $232 a year for the. So imagine that per person. That is. No putting money into banks, no proving you have enough money to retire, none of that. You just keep handing over money every 6 months, up to 36 months. And then at the end of 36 months, you have to leave the Philippines, go to whatever, a neighboring country, and start the whole process over again when you come back into the Philippines.
But one thing is, before you're leaving, 2 weeks before you're leaving, you need to have certain certificates, proof. It's very simple documentations.
Yeah.
I really read that. It's very simple, but you have to do it 2 weeks before. And so whatever your visa finish, you have to do it a week before your visa expires. This is what we learned before.
Yeah.
We do it this time last week. It's because that is on this enhanced quarantine. So
Enhanced quarantine. Yeah.
So the office closed.
Yeah.
So we couldn't do anything. Then we have to wait until the office is open.
So the office was closed for about a month, and they had a rule that if your visa expired during the month when they were closed, there'd be no extension, no penalties.
Yeah.
And they have kind of a weird function going on right now, but it works pretty well. When you go in to get your visa extended, and this only applies to right now during the coronavirus thing. I'm sure they won't be doing this by the time you're here.
They only give 30 person to be applied the visa. So we go there in early morning,
Yeah.
about like 5:30 to 5:40.
Yeah.
So we get our numbers 17 and 18.
Yeah.
But they do it very fast. Just you need to take the number first.
Yeah.
And then like by 8 o'clock when the office open, like 8:20, it's almost near to our number already.
Right.
It's very quick,
Yeah.
They say they have 30 number only for a day.
Yeah.
But actually, I hear they have batch 2 also. So if
Yeah.
you want to do in this Dumaguete, what do you call? I don't know.
You mean how you say the city name?
Yeah, just
Dumaguete, that's what I say.
Dumaguete.
Okay.
They call what? Spaghetti? Dumaguete. Yeah, I learned. Thank you. I learned. I'm not native. If you come to my country, you say something wrong, I will not say anything. Okay? Because that you don't know how local pronounce it.
Yeah.
But thank you for teaching us and me about how to pronounce your city name.
Yeah.
But this one you can cut if you don't like, okay?
Oh, it's fine.
And then when I'm talking about
The afternoon.
the afternoon,
Or
then
the second.
the second batch.
Yeah.
So actually, it's the 30 number. They will finish in about 1 hour and 1.5 hours. Will be finished the 30 number. Then the next day we go to collect our passport. I'm a very busy person. I want to find out I can get the batch too, because I don't want to wake up so early in the morning.
Yeah, she wanted to find out about the second batch of 30, so the next time we go,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have to stand around, assuming it's still quarantined.
Yeah. So I go to ask the staff. He was out front. I said,
Yeah.
I hear about batch too. And then he said, oh yeah. And I asked, what is the time to give the number for the batch two? And he say it's after the batch 1 finish, then he only will be distribute the batch 2 number.
Yeah, that's their way of social distancing. They're trying to keep all the people from cramming into near the front door together, because they have everyone clear out before they offer the next batch.
So when we arrived there about 11 o'clock, I was check the number of the people who still queuing. It's the last 4 number.
Yeah.
So it means by 11 o'clock, the 60 number is already finished. I'm not sure if they have batch 2 or not, but I don't think so, because the staff asking the people who come in tomorrow, 5 o'clock, be in immigration to get your number.
Yeah. So if you want batch 1, we showed up at 5:40 and we were number 17 and 18. They only give out 30. If you're batch 2, you probably want to show up around 10:30.
No. Batch 2 is not 10:30.
Well, didn't we show up at 11 and they had given out 26 and they had 4 left?
No, my meaning is they already 26 is already finished procession and go home. The last 4 days is over there.
I see.
To continue process.
So what time would you go if you wanted to go batch 2?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so that's when they give out the number. So when you go at 5 o'clock in the morning, it won't be your, or 5:40, let's say. It won't be the official number you get. There'll just be a guy there who's tearing out little numbers out of a notebook and he'll write the number on it. But when the staff shows up at around 8, they get the real numbers and they give you the same number you had. So you're waiting from like 5:40 in the morning until like 8:20, and then you're in and out of there in an hour. And they go through 2 batches, it sounds like, by noon.
I think so, but if you have any information, let us know.
Yeah,
so
leave it in
share.
the comments.
Yeah, we share about together.
So on the day when we got the first day, when we went and got our 6 months, we met a guy named Robbie in town, and that's the video I posted on Friday. He's here living on $600 a month, and some of you said, "Oh, there's no way, it's impossible," and this all kind of thing. I believe Robbie. I mean, I believe he's really living on that, but most people are not going to be able to live on 600. Let's face it.
I cannot living on 600.
Yeah.
Because I'm dream. So
Yeah,
everyone have their, their expenses to live.
Yeah.
But what the number that we giving people that based on our expenses is just the big 3 that to cover.
Yeah.
The rent. And then?
Well, you mean on the web page?
Yes.
Yeah. So when I give quotes for a city, I give like an estimate, and then we also give actual. Like we just gave the May 2020 actual, and that was $1,054. That was everything that we spent money on. But on the web page, I do like a cost of living table, and that includes rent, food, and local transportation.
Not including drink, not including
it doesn't include alcohol or tours, and it says that right in the web page. So there's no surprises. In fact, I even say it on the videos I make for each place. So it has its limits, but it gives you an idea. The fact is that not everybody drinks. Not everybody goes on tours. So the thing is, you find out what the base is, and then you start adding stuff that you want to spend money on to really get at your cost of living. And you really only know when you come and you stay here and you see what things cost. A good example is like alcohol. I mean, if you drink the local booze, it's not really that expensive. But if you come here and you want to drink Johnny Walker Black or all the, if you're a spender, you're going to spend money here. And that's what I think. Maybe that's the nuance that people don't get when they just read that number on the webpage. Is that they're like one guy commented and said he's spending $8,000 a month in Dumaguete. So just like in your town, somebody's living off $1,500 or $2,000 a month. If they're on minimum wage, they're probably sharing a bedroom with a friend or whatever. And then there's people that are, they're not really living on a budget at all. They just spend whatever they want. That's true all over the world. So.
I just want to say that what we're giving is just a basis cost of living.
Yeah.
You have to add whatever you want to spend for yourself, and not coming with that you only can spend $800 per month. You need to have your backup, your saving for emergency or anything, not to tell you to come here and die.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, I still remember we went to the Red Rock, the spring.
Yeah.
There is a French guy
that taught her how to make that drink she showed you last week.
Yeah, since last few weeks.
Yeah.
And then he tell us that how much did he live?
What was his rent? It was like
$100.
Yeah, he said he was paying $100 a month in rent.
$100 a month.
But he's in a shared house, and he's in his room with his girlfriend. And I don't remember, is that both their rent or just his? I think he was the breadwinner in the family. She wasn't paying rent, I don't think. So they were renting a room in a house, and his room cost $100 a month. Plus he would split the utilities with his. So there's as many different ways to live anywhere in the world as there is in your own country, and you have to come and see what you want and what things cost. And it's okay to listen to videos and stuff, but in the end you have to actually go and see what it's going to cost you to live here. And Philippines is definitely on the low side, though. Vietnam's on the low side. Malaysia's a little more, but not necessarily much more. A lot of people say that the Philippines are more than Thailand. When we go to Thailand, we spend more than we spend in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So it depends on
We
what.
spend more in the Thailand than the Philippines.
Yeah, but so I think, just use the videos as a guideline, and but you have to come and see for yourself, really.
Yes.
So what else were we going to talk about? I just wanted to finish and say, so why is the Philippines such an easy visa to get? It's because it's 36 months. You're just paying whatever, $20, $30. Maybe the first one is $40 for this first extension, but most of them are like $20, $30 per month, and you're getting month or 2 month or 6 month extensions up to 36 months. There's no money in the bank, no proving your net worth, no giving documents to the government, and so it's a really easy place to come and stay. Places like Mexico, as an American, you can go stay for 6 months. You don't pay any fees or anything. You just stamp your passport. Thailand, you can only go for a month, and then you can get a 1 month extension. I'm talking about tourist visas.
I'm talking about before the coronavirus.
Yeah, before the coronavirus. And then Malaysia, they stamp you with 90 days. So if you come to Southeast Asia, you can just bop around the countries based on how much each country gives you in time. You get to know the area, find out where you want to live. And
if you like Philippines, take the 6 months, travel all around the Philippines, find which place, which city that you like the most, and stay.
Yeah. That's what we're going to do. We're just waiting for the quarantine to end, or at least for the ferries to run. As soon as the ferries start running between islands again, we're going to go wander all around the Philippines and tell you what our favorite places are and why we like this one more than that one, just like we always do with every country. We've been doing this now since Chung Noi left Malaysia in October of 2017.
Yeah.
So we're working on our third year travel, and this is the longest we've been anywhere.
Yeah, we stay here very long.
Yeah, we've been here 4 months now. But it's cheap. It's a nice house. We're having a good time, and we're enjoying the stationary nature right now. It's nice to just relax after 3 years of traveling the world and moving to different cities all the time. It's nice to just relax and take it easy. So no objections, but we just take life as it comes.
So how's you doing over there?
Yeah, where are you? What are you up to? You're probably waiting to leave your country or wherever you are too, like we are. But I hope you're safe, hope you're healthy. And that's the story of the Philippines visas, and what we're up to. So see you later. Bye.